Hello and welcome to another very, very relevant Friday feedback. What am I talking about? Well, in case you don't know, apparently at the moment for Montfort University, who UK Bright Education is an authorized partner for, it is actually mandatory for September admission intake to have a credibility interview depending on your nationality. Okay, this may not apply to all of them, but you know who I'm dealing with. My main market is Nigerian students, lovely Nigerian students, and many, many other students from all around the world. But in particular for Nigeria and Ghana, it is actually mandatory to have a credibility interview. Now, what does it also known as? It's also known as a pre-CAS interview, but according to Montfort University's definition, they would like you to attend if you've met all their conditions according to the offer letter, and then you'll receive an unconditional offer, and it's the stage before you pay your deposit. Now, I'm not going to say any more because I have someone who is very, very knowledgeable on this subject. It's Debo from Montfort University's International Office, so Sub-Saharan African Office. She's the head of operations for West Africa. So without further ado, I would like to really proudly introduce you to my colleague, who is Debo. So here she is. Here's Debo. Hi, Debo. Hello.
Hi, Hannah. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Looking forward to the long holiday.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, what's the weather like over there? You look very summery. How warm is it now in Nigeria?
It's extremely warm. It's so hot right now. Yes, it is. It's quite hot. And so that's why you would see that I'm practically summer dressed already.
Of course. No, why not? You need to be comfortable. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Right. So tell me, how are you feeling with regards to students and credibility interviews? What's the situation at the moment?
Okay, so to be honest, it has been long overdue. We never used to have this before. This is the first time we're running credibility interviews with our students. Normally, it was just a case of just going in and out through the application system and all that. However, we've had to bring this on now because of immigration concerns that we've had over the past few circles, especially in January, where we had quite a number of students who have applied to the school and have not gone on to study. So we've had to bring this on so that we can be sure of what the student situation is. Also, we've had to bring this on so that we can be sure to have helped our students the best we can when it comes time for them to go for their visa application. We have students who are not sure about what they need to do. Some students have been in the situation where they don't work with an agent and we are not aware of it, and they've gone and done their visa application and it hasn't come out successfully. Sometimes there's a situation of having some agents that are not even ready to train or teach their students the best they can, and we're trying to correct that if we can. And thankfully, you're not one of those agents. You're one of our trusted agents, like you rightly mentioned, and we're glad for the relationship we have with you. And we hope that through these mediums, we can correct as much as we can and help these students to get the best that they can before they go and mess it up, so to speak.
No, that's very welcoming news, Debo, because the fact is students are very, very unaware about how in depth and detailed the interview is, and who does the interviews? Is it guys like yourselves? Who does the interview?
So the interview is not done by us because what it is I'm an in-country staff. I'm based out in Nigeria, and I head a team of 6, comprising of the admissions team. Excuse me, and we have an admissions officer. We have presently we have 4 admissions officers, and we have a country manager, and we've got someone also in Kenya. However, what we do is we're catering to the student situation from the point of application up till when they have their unconditional offers. When they have these unconditional offers is when they are required to do the CI. Now, when it comes time for the CI to be conducted, we send it to our international office admissions team, and it is headed by a lovely lady, Gemma, who is also trained by the UKVI. And so she has questions she would ask the students regarding their readiness to study. Questions comprising of things like your funds, how are you getting your funds in place? Are your funds in place already? What is the source of your funds? Basically, questions that surround um, your credibility to be able to come to school and just to check, just checks and balances basically on if you are a credible student.
Oh, Debo, are you there? Oh,
Sorry,
you're there.
yes.
Okay. Do you need water because you're struggling? Would you
Yeah,
like some water? You've got some. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. Right. Oh, your internet. Okay, so that's fine. Right. So is it possible? Okay, I think a lot of people will be asking. My students will be asking as well. When do they? Have you started inviting students for interviews?
So
Or when is it happening?
we have started inviting our students for credibility interviews, and at a point we had to stop because we recorded at the beginning. We recorded quite a very alarming amount of failures, and this is not a good thing. The unfortunate thing is that with the credibility interviews, you can only do it once. So we need to be careful with how we allow our students to book their appointments. That's why we have decided that every other week we would choose a day that would conveniently coach, so to speak, the students on how best to apply to speak during the credibility interviews, what they're looking for, not necessarily to give them word for word what is required of them so that they just scale through. However, it's a situation where we're preparing you to let you know. Most of the time, we've realized that these students actually fail these things not because they don't know what they're supposed to do, but because they're should I say, nervous in some cases,
Okay.
or are
Okay.
not fully prepared. We've seen situations where some students haven't taken this very seriously. They're taking it too lightly, answering the calls for their appointment in a car or in a busy road, or while kids are running around or making noise. We need to prepare our students for this. So we have started now. So we're preparing them, and we're hopeful that this will change soon. It has been changing for a while now, but we're hopeful we'll have a better percentile of students that are actually passing these interviews.
Okay. So one of the topics that you touched on, obviously we're not going to teach, we're not using this platform to teach students. It's just to reassure them that,
Yes.
you Montfort University, you are out there for the betterment of the student and you just want to
Mhm.
check their motivation and things like that. So what are the topics will you be touching? You said motivate funds is one of them. What other
Yes.
things?
So
Yeah, what are other things?
okay, so I would, if I, let's put it this way, if I were your interviewer, I need to
Yeah.
know how your preparedness in so many aspects. For example, I mentioned the funds. How prepared are you to pay for your schools? Your schooling, I beg your pardon. How prepared are you to pay for your accommodation? Have you done your checks and have you done your investigations? Have you found a proper hostel? Have you found out the amount you're going to pay for the hostel? Is it realistic? How much is transportation back and forth from your hostel to your school or your campus? Are you going to be on campus? Are you going to be studying and coming in from private accommodation? Also, your
Right.
maintenance. Have you calculated how much it's going to cost you? Some students have come out with unrealistic things and said things like, "Oh, I have a brother in London. I heard
Mm.
that it's only 1 hour from London to Leicester, and I can commute." However, that's kind of unrealistic when you think
Mm.
about the fact that one train ticket could cost upwards of 40 to 60 pounds for one go, and then going back and forth, that's about 100 or 120 per day. And
Yeah, it doesn't
then
make sense.
in 5 days, you can't tell me you're going to be ready to pay 120 or 150 pounds a day, and then for 5 days times five, and that's going to be convenient for you to do throughout the whole year of 52 weeks. So we need you to be sure about what you're doing and be prepared
Mm.
to say, okay, you know what, I've got a house where I can pay that amount in a month, and then I can conveniently stay there, walk from my accommodation to my school, and it's not a problem. So we need to be sure about your budget, your accommodation, your transfers, your tuition, how you're intending to pay it. Some students think it's okay for them to come to the UK, get a job, and then be able to sustain themselves and also pay tuition on that. That's a no-no. That's a red flag. So
Okay.
many things, and even things that you would not realize. Like I got a student who was refused simply because it was unbelievable that you would be in school studying
Yeah.
and you'd be able to sustain by your business that you're running back here in Nigeria. That's not
Oh,
good enough.
so commitment. So you will check their
Yes, your
how
commitment.
committed are they towards the course.
Yes.
Mm.
And how well they have researched everything that they're going to go through in the UK. Because most of our students, if you notice, most of the students that come over are probably for the first time coming to live outside of their own countries.
Mm.
So we need to know that they've researched and they're prepared.
Would you like, Debo, would you like them to know about the UK generally, or you just want them to know, do you actually know your city, as in Leicester?
So we are not being unrealistic and saying that go ahead and
Yeah,
know about the entirety of
you
the
can't know
UK.
everything. Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't even want you to be unrealistic and say you know everything about Leicester.
yeah,
So we want you to
ideally.
be specific of how you have your preparedness to stay in a city like Leicester. What have you researched about Leicester? Do you know the closest campuses that are off the school campus? The
Right.
closest, I beg your pardon, the closest hostels to your campus? Is it
Mm.
walking distance? Do you have to pay a fee? How much would it cost you from that place if you're going to take a bus back and forth to school
Okay.
every
Okay.
day? Is it cost effective? Have you put all those things in consideration? Do you have those finances in place? So all those
Mm.
kinds of things are what we expect you to do. And let's be honest, these days, as we say in
Mm.
Nigeria, Google is your friend. Just go online, check these things, and the answer is right there. There's no way you're
Yeah.
going to tell me someone can't. You're coming for a postgraduate course. That means you're going for a master's. So that means you're matured to a level. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't tell me you're not going to be able to take up your smartphone, which everyone practically has these days, and
Yeah.
say, "Hi, please tell me about Leicester, or what is the safest distance between Leicester and so and so." You can
Mm.
Google anything. You can just put in the question there. No matter how dumb you think the questions are, put it on there for on your search engines. You've got your answer.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
you've got us, or you've got Afsana. So you've
Yes.
got the
Yes.
international office, you've got your agents.
You
Ask
use your
questions.
agents. That's what they're there for. They're being paid to guide you through, whether it's UK Bright
Exactly.
Education or whoever your agent is. Yeah, that's part of the job. No, that's
Yeah.
really really helpful. So students, if you're watching this later on, what I would suggest, as Deb would say, use Google this time and do your research. Okay, the more you know, the more reassured the interviewer will feel that you actually know what you're doing and you've done your research. I was just thinking, when I train my students, I just tell them that, look, always answer the question. And if you don't know what
Hmm.
they're asking, just ask them to repeat it because you don't want to
Exactly.
answer another question and get it wrong. So, if need be, what do you think
Hmm.
about in terms of the settings and, what time of day and how long do they be and when will they get the results? That's another question that students ask.
Okay, so for me, I always tell students that we say a timing of about 30 minutes, depending. It might take 10 minutes, depends
Okay.
on how well you've answered your questions.
Okay.
If the
Got
interviewer is not comfortable with your answers, that would require them asking a follow up answer, which takes up
it.
more time. Or if you have situations where there's internet issues, that's why we always say try and make sure that you have everything in place before you do your CI. Make sure your internet is proper, you're in the right situation to listen to your interview. You can hear properly, they can hear you properly. So make sure that you're in a good enough setting. Set yourself up not to fail, but to do the best that you can. That's
Right.
already like a mark, so to speak, of your CI because this person is prepared to
Yeah.
answer this question. So by the time you answer a question properly, a simple question like, why are you coming to DMU? And you go about saying things like, oh, I spoke to Afsana, my agent, and she's the one that chose it for me. And you
No.
end the question at the answer there. No.
Oh, I know. Okay, would this be a counter question? So, for example, you're the interview, I'm the student. So you asked me, okay, Afsana, why did you join Montfort University? If I said, because my agent told me, so what would be the counter question? Would
It
it
would be
be,
something like, so what exactly did you ask your agent to check? Or what exactly did your agent say? And if you can't give me a good enough answer, like, oh, I just told her to go ahead and do it myself herself, I'll be like, so you haven't researched anything that your agent
okay,
has given to you. That doesn't
no
show me
good.
that you're prepared.
Yeah, no good.
So
No,
until I
yeah,
get the last bit of answer, because sometimes the interviewer is not here to fail you, let's be honest. The interviewer is trying to give you the opportunity to say everything that you can. Most of the time, they're very nervous. So the interviewer is aware that you're nervous. So you might just want to answer quickly and be done.
Okay.
However, when it comes to a situation where the student is going very quiet suddenly and the interviewer notices this, the interviewer would have the situation where they will say, okay, would you like me to rephrase the question? Trying to
Okay.
make sure that you come out as best as you
Well,
can.
that's nice.
But when
That's
you
really helpful.
try,
No, that's nice.
yeah.
Good. Right. And how long does it take for the results? How soon can students know? Because I think because we're now approaching May, students are getting their bank balance statements ready, their deposits ready. How soon can they get the outcome of their interview?
Interviews. It can go between 24 hours and 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. The reason why it's like this, like I said, is because it depends on the timing. Now, an interviewer could do as much as, say, 10 interviews a day.
Okay.
And if they're doing 10 interviews a day, they need to be done with all the interviews that day and then collate it and send it the next day. Because
Right.
don't forget, the interviewer is not just there to interview, probably has other duties. For example, if Afsana is the interviewer for the day, she also still has to do applications that day. She still has to chase up for some things that day. So they probably would have a time themselves, a time they'll set aside for them to do
And the
the
admin.
appointment, do something else, and then send it to the other person on the team who is going to mark it and then send you the info. They'll send you an email. So it's not the same person that continues the process. There's also maybe like a team of of two others who would
Okay.
be marking you and then sending the emails.
Right. Got
So
it.
it could take between 24 and 48 hours. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'd be surprised, it could be as little as 8 hours.
Okay. It depends on the
Depending.
performance on the interview.
Exactly.
And also working days, not Saturday, Sunday.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the UK, universities are closed on a Saturday and Sunday. So I don't expect that. My students say the same, that, Ma, where's the letter? I said, look, it's Saturday, Sunday, universities are closed. So yes,
Yeah.
so if you've been interviewed on a Friday, you probably will get a response the following week.
On Monday.
Brilliant. Right. Anything else? Is there any other pearls of wisdom you could share, Debo?
Oh, actually, there's one thing I always tell my students. I always tell my
Okay.
students that if you don't know it, ask questions. Now, we're
Good.
here for
That's
you.
good.
Your agents are here for you. Don't worry about you bothering us. Bother us, please. That's what we're here for. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you. We're here to be advisories to you. So
Yes.
if Afsana has told you, please give me your documents, and she's chasing up with you, do the same thing and make sure that you give her all the documents required for her to do a perfect or at least a good job for you. So please be mindful of the fact that we need you we need you to help us so we can help you. So that's just it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. That was really, really reassuring. I think what students are feeling right now is just because I'm the one who's actually receiving, well, you as well, but from an
Yeah.
applicant point of view, students are always asking me nearly every day, where's my offer letter? Where's my interview? People are getting hyped up and they're being ready and they're determined to move on. So it is very reassuring to hear from you and to see you actually, to tell us that
Yeah.
there are stages and you will be having
Yeah.
interviews shortly, but there is a procedure. And I believe there's a form that students need to fill in. So then Montfort
Yeah.
University could prioritize their application. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, that's it. Yes, you're
Okay.
correct. So if you want, I could share that with you and you can share with them
Yeah, but I
if you
can put
want.
it in the caption. I've got the link for the form. So that's what I do.
Okay,
As
there
soon
you
as
go. So you
students see
can
that
go ahead and share
page,
that.
yes, I'll
Yes, you
share
can
that
share
in the
that.
caption.
And just in case, you can also inform your students who are interested, they can join the CI preparation discourse that we're going to have on Saturday tomorrow.
Okay, so this is for offer holders
11.
only. Is it for
Say
offer
again?
holders only? Oh, I can't hear you. Debo.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me now?
That's okay. Is this for offer holders only, Debo?
Yeah, it can be for holders only. And also, if you don't mind my being so bold as to say, it could be helpful to other people as well. So
Oh,
everyone is
lovely.
free to yes, because to be
Okay.
honest, this is not now just us, the university, working to help you. It's Saturday. It's me taking time out. It's Afsana taking time out. It's Ronke taking time out of office duties and office hours to help make sure that we do the best that we can for students. So please
Okay.
feel free to join in.
When is it? It's tomorrow. What time? West African
Tomorrow
time.
at 11. Tomorrow at
11
11.
a.m. WAT. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Let me see if I can
So,
just quickly.
dear me for right. So what I'll do is I'll just put this up, Deb, if that's okay with you.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
just yeah.
Do
So
you
I'll
want
put
me to
in
share
next.
the link here or share it with you?
Yeah, you can share with me and I'll put it on. I'll put it on. Yeah, you can put it here. Yeah. So I've written down next credibility interview preparation meeting. All are welcome, whether you're FT or not. It's tomorrow, 11 a.m. West African time. Okay, and as soon as Debo gives me the link, I'll put in the caption so you can have it.
I already
Brilliant.
sent it to you. Do you want me to put it here now?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if
You
I can
don't?
get your comments. Oh, private chat. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, it's a Google Meet. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Copy the link. Okay, let's put it in the banner. I don't think they'll be able to click on the banner, so I'll put it in the caption
Okay.
below.
No worries.
Okay, so it's tomorrow. Well, oh, it won't let me. Okay, so thank you so much, Debo. You've been
No
absolutely
worries.
a star. You have no idea. Your presence is
No.
actually reassuring students because that's what they need right now. Tell me about the process times. I mean, I believe you're having, unprecedented applications this year. Is that right?
Believe
That's
me, it's
fine.
been
It means a
a
lot. How's it
yes,
going?
it means a lot, but it's too much pressure if you don't mind my being so bold as to say, because now we've got understaffed, so the pressure is too much. That's why
It's
you've had issues with having to chase us up on unconditional offers and stuff like that. In as much as my team of four is trying their best, there's so much we can do. As it
yeah.
stands, we have over 500 conditional offers that we're still yet
Oh,
to put out, aside from
right.
the applications still flowing into the inbox, which totals over 1,000 or thereabouts. So it's been
A lot to do.
overwhelming. So we're thinking of getting more and more staff in country, but the unconditional offers is up to the admissions team in the UK.
Right.
However, we're beginning to think of other ways that we can get this done quickly. We're trying to see if we can hire um, an external body that is going to start doing the unconditional offers for us in the UK. So let's see how it goes. We're hopeful. It's beautiful that we're getting the numbers, but it's overwhelming at the same time.
Yes, that speaks volumes. No, Debo, that does
Yeah.
speak volumes. It just says a lot about De Montfort University. I mean, I'm an ambassador for Leicester City and for De Montfort University. I don't know if you know, I've graduated there twice. I live next door,
Mhm.
so it's not a problem. And it's a fantastic place to study. It really is. Not because I'm an
Yes, it
authorized
is.
partner. It is generally. It's very student friendly. The payment plan is absolutely. I get a wow every time I mention the payment plan. Students they
Yeah.
really are happy. So,
Yes,
it's
especially
a
with the
great
fact that
place.
it's 7 days, you can pay 7 installments. Oh my goodness.
It's it's
You can
it's
pay in
it's
seven.
so student centric. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, it
Brilliant.
is. Yes, it is. That much
Now
I
I
can say.
realize the quantity and the volume of applications. Students, if you're watching any of my students or any students who are applicants for De Montfort University, you've heard direct from Debo, who's the head of operations for Sub-Saharan Africa. She's based in Africa. She's actually speaking from Nigeria. And she's telling you directly that they are unprecedented levels of applications for De Montfort University, which is great. And if you could just practice a bit of patience, they will get through your applications. They're actually employing even more members of staff just for you. They would like you to join us in September 2022. Make sure your documents are top notch. Check with your agent, or otherwise check on the website what is required. Make sure they're proper scans and make sure they are the originals. Thank you so much, Debo. And
Well,
I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I believe Nigeria will be having a national holiday next week, the next three
yes, we
days.
are. Yes,
Fantastic.
we are. So
Well,
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
oh, brilliant. Well, thank you again. And I hope you have a lovely weekend and a holiday. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's brilliant. Right. Oh my goodness. Did you hear the number of applications? Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard of the term empathy? Do you know what empathy is? When you actually have a feeling for others. Now, if you want to come to Montfort University, you need to feel how the admission feels. Make, as Debo said directly from herself, she said, make it easy for us so we can help you. Okay, so if she says, do the research, do it. Okay, don't wait for anybody. Don't wait, oh, I'll get called in a few months' time. No, start now. If you wish, why don't you contact me? We can even talk about different ways of actually helping you to improve with your credibility interview. She's actually given a Google Meet link, which I'll put in the caption today. So, and look how welcoming they are. Whether you're an offer holder or not, she's actually welcoming students to actually come to attend the credibility interview. So that just shows how inclusive Montfort University is, isn't it? Well, like I said before, we still have time for applications for September intake. Okay, so if you wish to have an admission at Montfort University, whether it's September or January, all you need to do is to DM me direct. Until next time, my friends, take care. And if you celebrate Eid, Eid Mubarak. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.